Get Genesis 25.
25, 21.
The Saudis are, well, they're Ishmaelites, but then you got Edomites among them too.
For the camera.
So basically, you gotta understand that Esau was cursed. To look like a so-called white man is actually a direct curse on the Most High. It's not natural. It's an anomaly. It's a curse that was put on him. Get Genesis 25th chapter. Esau's like unidentical twin brother. That's all he is. Bastard. They're like the Crab twins.
Yeah, because
they made the dark one here and the evil one, isn't it? Yeah, Esau's the damn guy.
Got numbers after.
That's how they do us. If you got melanin in this world, Esau demonizes melanin.
Well, the Disney characters, all the villains were darker. If you watch Disney, all the villains were slightly darker and cowardice. Scar and all that.
Yeah.
Was that light?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Black light.
You got Genesis 20. You got Genesis 25?
Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said...
So them two children were fighting in the womb. They were actually fighting from the womb. Hey, make sure you hold 2 Ezra the 6th chapter and 9th verse. Baba Kasha. Oh Lord.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Yeah, go on.
And she went to inquire of the Lord.
Right, because she was, see, people were more spiritual back then. Right now, our people ain't spiritual. As soon as anything goes on, Satan, see the implication of Satan comes on. As soon as anything goes on, what the hell you doing? Man. Hey, yo, man. Hey, that's the fun. Back then, our people were more spiritual, man. Hey, not so long ago, you go back into our grandmother's generation, and them they were more spiritual. They'll be like, oh yeah, that. They might say, oh, that's so and so coming back. They know about reincarnation and spiritual things. That's Satan, man.
He's bugged out, bro. You can alright, you can alright. Hey, get him on camera. Just coming out. What's it, Joe Rastafari as well, buddy?
You might get hit by a call. Read on.
And if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So that leads on perfectly from what you asked. Because you asked about the seed, the nationality. Now, if they're both coming from the same father, why did the prophet say 2 nations are in thy womb? Because there was going to be a split there. The Most High separated the seed. So straight away you know that they weren't the same. He said they were going to be 2 completely different people, spiritually and physically. Go on, read on.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Go on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger. Go on, read on.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Go on. Now, people hear twins, they automatically think they had to look the same. That's not necessarily true. 2 twins don't have to look the same. They don't even have to be the same sex. It's a fact. I've met twins that look completely different. They're two different people. You wouldn't know they were twins. But now, identical twins, that's different.
And then the scripture said that it's 2 nations.
2 nations.
So the point is that they were twins, right? But this was 2 different nations that the Lord was setting up. So one came out with red.
Yeah, like that guy there.
They're red. One came out dark. Esau.
Yeah,
They call themselves white people. But they don't want to say white because they want to be known as being pure. They call us black. It's really not black. Really, we're different hues of brown, different shades of brown.
Red with normal.
They say black, we're not black. We're not actually black. And they're not white. White, you know, you look at their t-shirts, but they're really red when you look at them. That's why you call them rednecks.
Rosy
Yeah.
cheeks, man. You know, that's why they blend in with that red blush. And then the black woman starts wearing red blush. It's
What is that?
absolutely real.
Rosie and Jim. That's it. That's like Rosie and
Like a
Jim
damn golly.
on the canal. See, that's the
the red,
yeah, Rosie. Go on.
Like that bus.
Rosie and Jim.
She matches the bus.
Go on.
And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment.
He came out red all over. We had hairy garments in the ancient world that dyed red. So he came out red. Like, you know them little Edomite bastards, when they come out the womb, they just, and they just see-through, translucent. You can see all the blood, they're red. Right? That was Esau. Read on.
Like, and they called his name Esau.
Now the key is in the name. In the name, Esau, Ishashwa, means wasted away is he. What's wasted away? His skin. The man's like a vampire, he's dead. He ain't got no melanin. Now Jacob didn't come out like that. Jacob came out normal. Yeah? Go on. Go on, yeah, go on.
Romans 9:21. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and one vessel unto dishonor?
Demons today, innit?
That's all, yeah, Satan. Satan tried to attack
See
you.
what's happening? We're teaching them the word. People just they're trying to grip hold of you, man.
That either
Why? Drag you away. Yeah, I see that. Came to them as well.
drag me to hell.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get himself from. Anyway, go
Let me see it again.
Yeah, read it again.
It says Romans 9:21. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto
And
dishonor?
that goes back into Jacob and Esau. Jacob was made unto honor, and Esau was made unto dishonor. And he was cursed with the curse of leprosy, because really, if you understand spiritually, Esau is Cain coming back in the reincarnation, right? He's Cain, and he's got the mark of Cain, which is leprosy, which is a curse, right? And that's why his judgment is he's going to be destroyed off this earth. No, that judgment wasn't put on no other nation, because he's Cain. That's why Cain was crying like a little girl. Hey, get Cain, man. Cain was crying like, oh, because Cain was cursed from the earth. Now all the other nations of people, the Elamites, the dirty Hamites, all these other nations are going to be in the kingdom of heaven, and they're going to live on the earth and all the different planets we're going to put them on, under us. Except one nation. Esau is going to be rooted out because he's cursed off the earth.
Genesis chapter 4.
These pink piglet, no rhythm having devils, man.
And they always like to talk about this colour thing. Guess what, man? There's got to be something behind that, man. We're not the only dark nation on the planet, so they know in their spirit that so they have to flip it. They have to say Jesus Christ was a so-called white man. They have to say that all the men of the antiquities, the great men, were so-called white men. Why? Because they know their history. They know they're inferior, mates.
Oh, they're all the way inferior.
You got dark nations, and not even Israelites, like Japhet, the Aborigines, Polynesians. All they talk about is
Yeah, the Hamite, there's different Hamitic nations.
Hamites, they're dark.
They're dark as well.
They're not Israelites.
But everyone's dark. The animals are dark, man.
Indians.
The plants are dark.
Yeah, chlorophyll and dark.
All the animals and plants are designed to live on the earth, so they got pigment to protect themselves, except this devil. He needs sunblock.
Tried to flip it, demonize him. So you feel bad about yourself?
Susie's out here burning up, man. She's gonna look 50 by tomorrow. That's why them white women, them rich white women, they end up looking older than everyone else. They going on them holidays, so they're like 40 and their skin look like a shaved piglet, a little baby piglet, man. Looking like Nelson Mandela's cheeks, you know.
So like I can say, I don't know if we caught it on camera, but there was a white woman who walked past today with a 21 badge, and I was like, nah, that must be a joke.
I had a white woman tell me that at work. When I was at work, she was Eastern European, and then she was like, you know how they talk. She was like, can I ask, how old are you? And I'm like, yo, she said, because people, I can't tell. You know, everybody knows, man. Black don't crack, but it's not just us. All the nations are like that, because they all got pigment. Aging when you ain't got pigment, it ages your skin because you get burned up. It's a fact, man. To hell with these devils, man.
That's right.
Susie and her blonde hair. Go on.
Run.
In the kingdom, it's just as well tribes here that rule.
Yeah, of course. The
So
nation.
everyone else is handmaids, will be made as handmaids.
They're gonna be servant. Just like how the so-called white man's ruling the earth right now. He's the top honcho. We're gonna be the top honcho. Everyone's gonna have to be under our rule, under our authority, under the throne of David. Which that's what they were made for anyway. They were made to serve us, man. You know, to go dig up my cheese. You know? How am I gonna get that cheese? Someone got, I ain't digging it up.
You like Israelites, man. So you like, okay, you're not gonna be in the kingdom anyway.
But Susie gonna be in the field.
Revelations, okay, I've got to say something.
You got something there?
Yeah, Revelations 11:1, and it was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship the ring. But the court which is without,
Isaiah 2nd chapter.
the temple, leave out. Now that's talking about the other nations. They're the outer court. They're not part of us. They're the heathen. So when Jerusalem's set up in the kingdom, they're only going to come in just to do tasks, just to do things for us.
They're gonna have to pay us. They're gonna have to pay us taxes to live on the earth.
Bring the good things of their land.
Well, it's in the script. Get Isaiah 2, and what is it? It's in Isaiah 16 as well. Because basically they're gonna be benefiting from our righteous rulership. It's like if you got a CEO of a company, he's running the company, he gets all the perks. He gets all because he's running the company. We're gonna be running the whole earth. We're gonna make sure the earth is running proper. So they're gonna have to pay us for it. They're gonna have to pay us the chief of everything that they got, the top, the pristine, the class A. That's what we're gonna get. Right? Because we're royalty. The name Israel means he is a prince of God. We're the real royalty on the earth. Not the so-called white man.
And it's gonna be evident in the kingdom. You ain't gonna have to ask, or have a debate about it. We're gonna be so royal in the kingdom, mate. Everyone's gonna know, they're gonna be bowing to us. Literally. We're gonna shine, we're gonna have a glow. We're gonna have
We're gonna be
Genesis
Superman
27,
and
Jacob's
Superwoman.
blessing.
And you got them scriptures and you probably
Yeah, I got it.
No.
Isaiah chapter 2, start from the top, verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass that in the last days, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
The word mountain there represents the government, which is the 144,000 men it speaks about in the book of Revelation. That's going to be the government of Israel, the throne of David. Right? That's going to be put over all the different nations. Right? We're going to be over them. Someone hold Revelations 2 and 25 as well. We'll run through it quick. Go on, read on.
It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Like right now, everyone's looking to the so-called white man, like the World Court, the UN. The white man's running everything. Well, in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be running everything.
But this is their world, that's why.
That's right. But the next world to come is going to be our world,
Yeah.
which is going to be an everlasting world.
Isaiah 45:17.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word.
The whole world's going to have to live by our laws and what we tell them, man. They ain't going to be going by their own way. They're going to go by our way. Yo. Is that it?
And it says, and he shall
carry on, bro.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yeah, 1 Peter 2 and 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So in the kingdom, man, you say on this level, the whole earth is going to be, the birds are going to be singing, the trees are going to be rejoicing, you know, there's going to be no GMOs, the earth's going to breathe, justice, there's going to be beautiful lands everywhere, man, and guess what? And they're going to know, all the nations are going to know that, look, man, this is coming from the Heavenly Father, and He set up His children to administer that, so they're going to have nothing to say. Because under all these other rulerships, they've done nothing really but destroy the earth, be wicked. Why do you think we're known as Zion? You know what the word Zion means? The word Zion means monument. We're actually the monument of the Lord. But the state that we're in right now, we're not acting like that. We're acting demonic. Basically, we're acting like so-called, we're acting like demons. All this.
Yeah, but that's what it is.
But in the kingdom, that's gonna. It's starting now in the kingdom. When this place gets destroyed, the Lord's gonna restore everything back. Right? All of our men, women, and children are all gonna be righteous in the kingdom. All of us.
Am I correct in saying that the two nations destroy Jerusalem is the Palestine and the ones that call themselves?
What do you say?
Because they say in the scriptures it says that two nations is going to destroy the Holy Land.
No, it doesn't really say that.
So what does it say?
I don't know what scripture you're quoting, but I know it doesn't say that. Probably mixing two scriptures together. The Holy Land is going to be destroyed in the midst of the Third World War, man, by Russia, and we're going to build it back up. And that's in Joel the second chapter.
Right.
What you got? You got Isaiah 60? Oh, yeah, Salakis.
1 Peter 2:10. In which time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Because the mercy is when all the nations see the Lord deliver us and sets up us as rulers on the earth. That's the mercy, man. You know, because all the other nations right now, it's their time, like you said. That's in the book of Isaiah 40 chapter. That it's their time, but now the Lord's flipping everything on his head. The Lord's degrading the society through riots, through protests. You got people coming up against their own governments, countries all over the globe. You got Trump in office. You know, there's people in America are mad about that. People over the world. The Lord's doing that to completely degrade society. So we can come up, man. That's in Joel the 3rd chapter.
We're going to come up in a big way.
The whole reason why we're going to have a third world war, it tells you that in Joel 3 is to for the sake of the children of Israel, so we can just read the precept, bro.
Well, you got
Joel 3.
1/3 of the nation of Israel, yeah. That represents the men, women, and children out of the elect. 2/3 are going to be destroyed in the judgment, but they're going to come back as the children of the elect in the kingdom anyway.
Sorry, say that again?
They're going to come back as the children of the elect in the kingdom. That's why the Bible says ultimately all Israel is going to be saved, because they're still Israelites. So the promises still pertain to them, but they're going to have to taste the fire first. They're going to have to go through the fire, the physical fire first. They're going to have to get that.
This is Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. When you read about Judah and Jerusalem, that's our people. The Lord's going to bring us out of captivity. He says, I will also gather all nations, that's all the other nations, and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. The word Jehoshaphat means the Lord's judgment. It says, and I will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, who they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So what that scripture is telling you is the reason why you're going to have World War III is for the sake of the Israelites, man. So the Lord's going to bring all the nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which represents the Middle East, where all the nations are fighting right now. And the Lord's going to destroy them all there and destroy America and deliver us up in the midst of all this happening. That's exactly what the scripture is telling you. I'll read it again. I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. You know? Go on up.
This is the Isaiah, it's Isaiah 60:10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
Yeah, because like the elder was going into, the whole land of Israel is going to be destroyed in that war, and all the different lands. So guess what? We're going to have to build again. Well, we ain't going to be building. We ain't going to be out there building. You ain't going to see me with no. But if you see me with a hammer, it ain't for no knocking no nails. We're going to be knocking some heathens on the head. We ain't going to be doing that. We're a royal people. We're going to be telling people what to do. Management. Right? We're going to have slaves. We're going to have personal slaves. Every Israelite. Your children are going to have personal slaves. Just like when you go with a royal family, don't you know as soon as that little bastard George was born, there was a personal slave that was hired to look after that little bastard. But we're going to be like that in the kingdom as soon. Everyone's going to have they call it a body slave. A slave that is on your person, that knows you better than anyone else. Before you sneeze, they already got the handkerchief. But you ain't gonna sneeze. You know, we're gonna have that. We're gonna be on a different level, man. Our children gonna have slaves. We're gonna have servants, man.
I got a quick precept right on that. Revelations 2:25. But that which you have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. That's part of the blessings of the kingdom. Having what? Power over the nations. You see, they're going to teach that in the built-up church system because they don't know what the hell's going on when you read the Bible.
We ain't talking about that 50-cent power either.
Yeah.
Dirty, grimy street
Get
crap.
rich and die
Talking about real stuff.
You see how, okay, for the 12 tribes, especially Judah and Benjamin, they say you're black African. How comes they mix us with the Hamites?
Because it's for confusion. Because they don't want us to know who we are. So you confuse it. That's why, straight up, it's just to cause confusion. And it works. Because that's why our people are so bugged out, because they think they're Africans. And what the hell is an African? What is an African? What does an African stand for? I don't know. But if you're an Israelite, now you know you're supposed to stand for the Bible. But you're an African, what's it stand for? Booty scratching? I don't know. Someone gotta tell me.
Listen, man, that's the spirit. I was thinking about that's all white supremacy. When Esau talks about developed world, he's talking about where he's at. And if you want to label anyone dark, they're Africa. That's the first thing that comes out of his effing mouth.
I don't understand,
You know,
like in movies and stuff, yeah, like Roots, yeah, they say that it was Africans that were born into slavery, but I don't mean to be rude, but I haven't seen an African in slavery.
Well,
It's usually like
the term African,
Negro.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because we were living
lived in Africa, but
they
it
say
makes
that
us
term.
African.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, you know that.
The Africans
But-
so that's why I want to understand why Africans are classing themselves as people that went through slavery. Because
Well,
I'm
but
pretty
you
sure
got-
we came by boat and they came by
But
plane.
guess what? You got Israelites still in Africa now. Because
Yeah, you do, because they're scattered.
because a lot of them Nigerians and them Ghanaians, they're
Mixed
Israelites.
as well. but-
They're Israelites. Because our people is as the sand of the sea. Can I ask you a question? 1 second. We were in West Africa for almost 1,000 years.
Yeah, but
So
they
there was-
also sold us.
No, but guess what? It wasn't all of us. And guess what? You had certain Israelites that were selling other Israelites in slavery too.
That's true.
So there's a lot of Israelites over in West Africa. A lot of them Nigerians and Ghanaians, Irish, a lot of them are Israelites, man. Because our people, man, we breed. We get it in. What's the question?
There's no point if he's white, if he's black.
Okay, goodbye. Go on, carry this on.
Like in Isaiah.
We are only.
You see, everyone says that it's different but when it's a black nation, you don't pass them. Your book never. White nation, one with British.
Take that to the Disney Channel, man. Where you come from? Saudi Arabia. Oh, fuck off. They got, come on, please. Come on, please. Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. They got black people in slavery in Saudi Arabia today, my man. Stop it, please. Take that to the BBC, my man. Goodbye. I say to you, man. We can get it up right now. We can get it up right now, man.
You're lying, man. Don't lie, you lie. Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, man.
That is one of
Don't lie, man.
Saudi Arabia.
Don't lie, man. Don't lie. Hey, listen to this. Hey, get one more.
Ticket, brother. And then you go there, as soon as you land there,
I know we're looking at the same thing.
get to the airport.
No, he said there ain't the Saudi Arabia, everyone's equal.
Yeah, it's a person, right? But what I'm saying is a nation you don't.
Yeah, man. So you got to step up, man. I understand what you're buying.
You don't touch anyone. There's nowhere in the Bible where it mentions there's nowhere in the Bible where it says
Yeah, but we ain't dealing with this, love, man.
we don't know what.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Enjoy London. Bye-bye.
So,
You come up with that BS, man. Equality. First of all, equality doesn't exist. Everyone can be treated equally. That's a lie, man.
Psalms 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hold not thy peace and be not still,
Yo,
O
bro,
power.
this is in Isaiah 60. Right now, you gotta finish that, man.
It's Isaiah 60:10. The sons of strangers.
Like this guy and his son, that's beautiful. He just came up here, fuck it, brother. He just came up here with his son. But if they survive the time of judgment, he going into slavery with his son, man.
That's right.
His son is gonna be out there with a little hammer, and he gonna have the big hammer. Cause I need that marble in my kitchen, man.
That's right.
Go on.
That's great.
No, that fake shit, man. That real marble. Yeah, that laminate. Nah.
And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
That's right. So even the kings of these nations, they gonna bow down to the Israelites, man. Every Israelite, even to the least of Israel, is gonna be greater than all the nations, even their kings. They gonna have to bow down and kiss it, man. Kiss the foot, the royal foot. Hey, what did Booker T say? Put the crown on my damn dome. Put the damn crown. Hey, did he try to get Lorna to kiss his foot as well? Yeah. Booker T's the man, man.
King Booker.
Yeah, King Booker, man. Yeah. Hey, he was going in, man. He was actually being royal, man. You know, but then they tried to clown him and his woman, man. Go on.
King Debt.
Because he had the queen with him. Yeah, they were royal, man. She was all praising him up and all that. Go on, man.
Therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
Yep.
They shall not be shut day nor night.
Right.
That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
So in the course of time, these other nations are going to get their own lands back, and they're going to be making clothes and food, but they're going to have to give us the chief of those things, man. They're going to have to bring it, man. Like they show you in Coming to America, you had all them kings coming and bringing their tributes and their gifts. They're going to be doing that to us, man. They're going to bring the finest of all the things, the cream and the crop. Otherwise, there's going to be some problems. We don't want problems.
Yep. And that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Any nation that don't want to bow down and kiss the ring, we're just going to deal with them in a hard way. We're going to rule these nations with a rod of iron, man. And this is what it's going to be. And it ain't going to be no equality, because equality don't exist. The only thing you could do is treat people fairly. You can't treat everybody equal. That's ridiculous. That's retarded as hell.